On episode 15, I discussed 9 ways the metaverse would transform our world. But I now realize that I forgot about the most important aspect and way that it could alter what we deem as reality. And that's that it could change the way we see ourselves, how each one of us presents to the world. It could transform all previously held notions or ideas of identity. And to help me realize this was the movie Ready Player One. On this quick pod, let's look at what the metaverse will mean for identity through the lens of one of my new favorite movies. I'm Jarrett Carpenter, and this is More Than Blockchain. Ready Player One was originally released in 2011 as a science fiction novel by American author Ernest Cline, which, when I think about it, the fact that he wrote it 11 years ago, it makes me want to read the book even more to see what the movie missed. There always seems to be more details in books than movies, but maybe this is different. Maybe Ready Player One, the movie, due to the virtual reality nature of the film, actually extrapolates more in the story than the book ever could. But I'll read the book and be sure to report back. The movie was released in March of 2018, which is almost 4 years ago to the publishing of this episode. And director Steven Spielberg spent a whopping $155 to $175 million on the production. To give you an idea of how large this budget was, it was Spielberg's second most money ever spent on a film and only second to the 2008 Indiana Jones movie with Shia LaBeouf. It eclipsed Saving Private Ryan and the first Jurassic Park movie combined in budget. And this is largely due to the fact that so much of the movie was computer animated to simulate a virtual reality metaverse like that of the movie, which is referred to as Oasis. And the Oasis is...
It's a place where the limits of reality are your own imagination. You can do anything. Go anywhere. Like the Vacation Planet. Surf a 50-foot monster wave in Hawaii. You can ski down the pyramids. You can climb Mount Everest with Batman. Check out this place. It's a casino the size of a planet. You can lose your money there. You can get married. You can get divorced.
The Oasis is what Mark Zuckerberg would give all of his wealth for tomorrow, if he could be in charge of it. It's a true virtual reality experience where you can do anything. And I know that sounds fantastical, but that's because it is. In a fully virtual reality space, if you can dream it, you can do it. And I think this is why people are so drawn to not only this movie, but what is currently being developed today around a virtual reality environment or metaverse. Now, in episode 15, I laid out arguments and examples of how the metaverse could transform the way we do the following things: the way we work, the way we communicate, the way we play, the way we learn, the way we consume media and entertainment, the way we shop, the way we create, the way we stay healthy, and the way we own things or even understand ownership. But I forgot the most important part. The most important part being that it will transform the way we understand self, both who we are and who the world thinks we are. Because in a virtual reality world or metaverse, or even a fictitious metaverse world like Oasis from the film, you can be
tall, beautiful, scary, a different sex, a different species, live action, cartoon. It's all your call.
Now, I'm not going to ruin the film because I hope that you see it and find your own takeaways. But I will say that each avatar or character you meet in the virtual reality world of Oasis in the movie is different than who they are in the real or physical world. And if you're having a hard time grasping how the real or physical world interacts with the digital or virtual world, please check out our social media accounts, as I've created an infographic that I think perfectly rounds out the relationship between the physical and the digital world. Returning to the movie, and to quote a really good friend of mine, Ready Player One allows you, as the viewer, to fully conceptualize how the metaverse, at its height, could work, and how it could completely transform the world we know today. And yet, at the same time, if you think about it, we're already in a metaverse or virtual reality world where our digital existence can be as important, if not more, than our physical world or physical existence. How many of us work virtually? How many of us keep up with friends and family via FaceTime? How many hours do we each spend on social media daily? How many of us see our doctors via Zoom or video calls? How many of us have met our significant others via an app? How many of us access our worlds of entertainment through YouTube, Netflix, or Spotify? How many of us, well, you get the idea. And in my opinion, the only difference between the Ready Player One fictitious metaverse of the Oasis, which is set in the year 2045, and where we are today in 2022 is advances in hardware and technology. Because as I said in episode 15, our advances in technology are a direct reflection of our desire as human beings to push the frontiers of curiosity. And I don't see creativity and curiosity slowing down in the development of the metaverse. If anything, I think the momentum around the metaverse may catapult it forward and bring us virtual worlds, maybe not as polished as that of Oasis from Ready Player One, but something ever closer with each technological iteration and advancement. Because at the end of the day, technology is just a real-world case study in iteration. There was a time when my iPhone 11 was cutting edge, and now, not even 2 years later, some may say it's obsolete. But that's what technology is, and what Gordon Moore pointed out back in 1965, which essentially says that every 2 years, tech becomes twice as powerful. And if you double something compounding every 2 years, well, maybe Oasis isn't as far away as we all think. Because the real draw to a virtual reality world or Oasis-like metaverse will be because of what we can do, but we'll stay and build it out because of who we can be.
People come to the Oasis for all the things they can do, but they stay because of all the things they can be.
Thanks for listening to this episode, and be sure to check out episode 15 where I share 9 ways I think the metaverse will transform the world we live in. And as always, if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend, family member, or work colleague via an email, text, or DM. The metaverse is here, and understanding where it will go is a journey everyone should be interested in. So please follow us on social media at More Than Blockchain, and be sure to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts, and leave a review if you feel so inclined. Reviews help the algorithms to make sure more people see our episodes. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you next time.